A lovely bright sunny day in London. I think we're just about coming up there. My little wheel is going round. Here we are, nearly there. Yes, hello. My name is Janet Wilson. I'm from Dernier Publishing. We produce Christian books for kids. And I also run Write for a Reason, which is a resource for Christians who write novels, particularly those who are new to writing novels for children and teenagers. So today's little writing tip is, should you ask your family to look over your newly finished manuscript for you? The general advice is not to do that, for two reasons. Number one is that they are so close to you, they will love it, and quite right too. And may I say, if you have a manuscript finished and completed, massive congratulations. So many people think about writing a book and start it even and don't get to the end. So if you have got to the end, that's brilliant, well done. But of course, your mum will love it, your brother will love it, your sister will love the story because it's you, and because you've written it. And what an amazing achievement! But that's not going to help you to sort out any issues that there may be within the manuscript. So that's one thing. And the other one is, they may just not have the technical knowledge to know what they're really looking for. So whether there is a proper character arc, and whether the plot makes sense, and whether you've got an issue with narrative voice, or whether two different journeys have taken different lengths of time, whether the characters are acting within character, and all these sorts of things. They may just not have that knowledge. And as they're reading it, they're just so thrilled that it's yours that their comments may not be particularly helpful. But I would say that actually it's a lovely place to start. For one, it's lovely to receive some encouragement. So, of course, caveat here, only pick somebody who is going to be encouraging to you. Of course, it would be great if you've got really honest people as well, who will be honest feedback, but give it gently and encouragingly. If that's such a word, encouragingly. Anyway, you know what I mean. So you do want people who will give you some feedback. And why not start there? I've got a suggestion for 3 questions that you could ask your family members, or close friends, of course, if they're reading your newly finished manuscript. Your heart will be in your mouth. I know it's a massive thing, giving your story to somebody else to read. So that's why it's quite nice to have somebody that actually loves you to read it before you get on to some kind of professional person who will be perhaps more critical. So here we go with 3 questions. I've written them down here. I've got some little notes here. So number one is, when did they put it down? Now, of course, everybody's busy and they will put a book down because they've got to go and do something else. But if you've got 2 or 3 people who are putting it down at the same point, or you could go back and have a look and say when they put it down, and see if there's perhaps something that was a little bit slow there. Perhaps you finished a chapter and there isn't a hook for them to go on reading to the next one. Perhaps you finished it in a way that doesn't make them compel them to go on reading. Perhaps you've got too much description there, and perhaps there's something that's particularly slow and not quite so interesting. And so at that point, they've put it down. And then you can go back and you can change those things. You can tighten that up, perhaps put a little bit of extra pace in there, or a hook at the end of the chapter. So that's the first one. Where did you put it down? Don't need any technical ability for that, just a useful thing to know. Number two, you could ask them, is there anything that didn't quite make sense, or they're not sure about how it worked? So this may be something to do with the setting or the plot, or the way things panned out. It may be that a character suddenly appeared and you hadn't brought them in early enough, or perhaps something didn't work within your world. Whatever it is, if they say, yeah, I'm not really sure about this, that is brilliant information, and you can go back and have a really careful think about where they write. Perhaps they just didn't read it carefully, but have a careful look, because if people are saying this, almost certainly other readers will be thinking this too. So good, useful information, anything that didn't make sense, go back and make sure that you've got everything in there that you really need so that it reads beautifully for your readers. Okay, the third question that would be really useful to ask your family is, what remained with you after you finished reading the story? So, was it something about the character, the main character? Was it something that the heroes said or did, or the way that they changed, or something that happened? Was it the theme that came across? See what they say and see what if that is what you intended for your readers to remember at the end. Whatever they say, look at it, think about it, and go back and see if there's anything you can change. Now, of course, at some point you will want to have your book read, your manuscript looked over by a professional, and they will come in it with a more critical eye and be able to point out things that you thought, oh yes, of course, because sometimes you're so close to a manuscript you can't see it. Even editors, if they're writing, will have somebody else edit their own books, because it's essential to get this to get it really professional and well written and beautiful in every way. But do make a start with your family if that's what you'd like to do. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. A little bit of a longer one than usual. If you have got a manuscript there ready to go, as I say, massive congratulations. That's fantastic. And if you haven't, keep going, because your story is important. If you feel that you were led to write, just keep going. Somebody there is waiting for it. Lots more writing tips like this over on the website, writeforareason.com, and I'll pop these on YouTube. Do leave a comment if you've and a like if you've watched this, wherever you're watching it, or hopefully liking it, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. It's great to have you here. Bye for now.